Hello there. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Melvin here. Today I'm alone. So Mio has dished me again. well, remember last Wednesday was not around, and apparently now he have this edited Wednesday. He'll be somewhere else doing something else. But he said that he miss everyone. I hope that he get back soon on Wednesday, and of course things are back to normal. We are actually very occupied. With other things that's very positive, but we still have to stay safe, play safe, because what we know that the wave 4 is already landed in Malaysia. So how's everyone today? We have a long holiday. Monday was a public holiday, and of course traffic on the highway was massive. People take the opportunities to visit their parents, their hometown, anything that going for short holidays. So I'm back. We have I got quite a good holiday because I was uh, quite resting well at home actually. So back to work, and let's go to what we're going to talk about this afternoon. All right, that's basically something that involved that I'm affected because I stay in Kuala Lumpur, right? So it seems we read an article something like KL will be on fire. You know what it means by that. This is an article that I took out from Star. It says here, KL traffic jams may trigger urban heat island, say experts. A lot of experts are saying that the KL heat has been raising up, and it may cause a certain effect on us. It says yes, the sharp increase in the number of vehicles on the road. There's no doubt. In the federal capital of late may result in the urban heat island (UHI). Urban heat island. What it's all about? It says that where temperatures in the city are warmer than the suburbs. Yes, it's always been. Cities, it's always warmer when you go out stations to the suburbs. You find a very much better air, much cleaner air. Thanks to urban development, we have a lot of high-rise buildings, and the cars has been ever increasing. Um, that's why I say it affect me, because this is a survey that's done in Bukit Bintang, where my office is. So the Professor Dr. Muhammad Salih Shah from University Technology Malaysia for Innovative Planning and Development, he's the director there. He says that a study has done in the central business district of Bukit Bintang, where the traffic congestions on the road filled with tall buildings, the exhaust fumes released cannot disperse into the air but are trapped to create a heat bubble. Yeah. So, like Professor, it's not just recently I've been facing it. Well, I was born and raised in Bukit Bintang. It's so different now. For last, I would say, 20 years, the environment, the atmosphere, the air quality in Bukit Bintang has dropped I can swear to that. So he says that situations affect city folks with higher utility costs. Why we need aircon because it's hot. That's why aircon is used for more hours than normal, and that's why the increase at the end of the month when you receive a bill from the MB, we will have a so-called it's like a toothache, we have to pay through. But what to do? The air in the city is not good, and it's getting hotter. All right. Um, so the probability of the UHI phenomenon occurring is very high during hot and dry weather, with temperature rising between 1 to 2 degrees Celsius compared to normal temperatures. Yes. Thanks for this morning. There's a light shower in my area. It cooled down a bit. Now I'm in the office. Cool down. Yes, it does cool down. But when it's during dry spell, it's actually quite stressful, So he also pointed out that the air quality was obviously better during the implementations of MCO. Yes, during the last 2 years during the MCO, during the lockdown, even the rivers are cleaner. We have also wild animals from the jungle come out to visit us, So that's actually tell us. But now it's everything back to actions. The bad habits, everyone walk and throw things around, dump things, rubbish around. That is humans that actually created this. So he has a comparisons that on March 18, 2020, during the MCO, the air quality index in Kuala Lumpur was 50 points. But on May 1st this year, it was 72, up by 22 points. So the higher the AQI, air quality index, the lower the air quality. And I hope the haze will not come back. I hope please stop burning. Please open air burning. People who want to clear the plantations for replanting of oil palm or whatever it is, please don't do that. And I hope the ministries that's involved, please have an eye on these plantations as well, activities. Our FT Deputy Minister Datuk Seri Jaludin said the federal capital has registered a 45% increase in the number of vehicles. 45% increase, that's a lot. With 46.76 million recorded in December 2021 compared to 26.51 million in December 2019. I got in a mere 3 years, 19, 23 years, that's an increase of 45% vehicles in the city. That's no joke. That's why we face the jam, and during flash floods, the city will be paralyzed and all these things. So I hope the government's MOT look into these issues and improve our public transports, make it convenient for everyone. So I don't mind because I live not too far from LRT stations. In fact, most of the time I stay in the office. Nowadays, we are quite used to online meeting, unless it's necessary to pay a face-to-face visit. Otherwise, it's online meeting is more convenient. This morning, I was also told a lot of people now choose to eat in Korea as well. People during lunch hour, first in Korea, just like us, inflation is quite serious. They pack their food or they tap out their food and eat in the office. I think we should have practiced that as well, And also another professor, Dr. Muhammad Talib Latif, the head of Sustainable Resources, Environments and Smart Living Research Cluster for Idea University Kebangsaan Malaysia. He said the number of vehicles were directly proportionate to pollutions. Yes, that's everyone knows that. That's like the higher the vehicles that's used in an particular area, the higher pollution will be. That's why there's also encouragement to convert into electrical vehicles. But electrical vehicles, I hope the the prices is not cheap. You save on your petrol, but to replace the battery, it costs you an arm and leg. So is it due to taxes? And I think the government should have some incentive so that everyone can convert to electrical vehicles. Think about it. And he also say the number of vehicles, the higher levels of air, noise, and vibrations, pollutions. I don't need to be a professor. I can actually tell you that from day one. All right. So everyone, please. That is why we bring out subject is KL is happening in KL. We are facing the urban heat islands, but it will be also happening to other cities in Malaysia as well. So in particular in Penang, in Johor Bahru, in Shah Alam, Subang, Petaring Jaya, in the Klang Valley. So I hope this government will take fast actions. Don't things get worsened, then only take actions. First, improve our public transport seriously. We need that because we heard a lot, especially from my colleagues. There's always a breakdown, and we have to have a good maintenance program, on this public transport. So, okay, let's jump into the second topic we're going to talk about today. It's something very innovative and it's also this is also a challenge that we are facing from the F&B sector. So we go on to the second topic today, and what is this all about? Now, let's pull out the article right now. Operators think outside the box. Yes, we have to be things outside the box. This is actually what operators is our F&B operators. You see, the shortage of laborers in service sector has made many eateries come up with measures to suit their headache, to soften their headaches. This includes using a scan menu when a customer orders food using a AQ code display on each table. Yeah, it's nice. It also save a lot of paper. You can actually change your menu easier or revise your pricing easier. So a lot of restaurants doing that, but I don't think it's kopitiam lah. It also help to remove the need of a waiter. And some mamak restaurants and cafe are using robots to deliver food and customers to their respective tables. Yes, that's what I've seen. But somehow I was told the robot is not cheap to invest. It costs something like 50,000 ringgit to 60,000 ringgit per robot. Can it be lower? I mean, it's quite a hefty sum to pay. 60,000 ringgit, you can actually buy a car. So I know it's something new, but I hope that the mass productions will actually lower the price and save up the cost. Otherwise, it has served no purpose. So some of the restaurants even introduce self-serving system for customers by placing brown paper on plates for customers to take food on their own. That is a good idea. A lot of Chinese, I think Malay also mixed rice. They give you a plate, but now probably give you a brown piece of paper on the plate. Why? Because after eating, you can actually dispose the brown paper. So it saves so-called time, people to clean up, dry up, and all those things. That's actually a good idea, having a brown paper, disposable brown paper, of course, and go to those mixed rice or you can do that. That's a good idea, very good idea. And one popular Malay restaurant in Taipang, USJ, it's like they have self-deployed this system to the lack of hands. And they do not have workers to wash plates, so they are now using paper covers on top of plates, so the plates do not need to be washed, and it saves times too. A very good idea, brilliant idea. Save water, detergents, and all these things. The restaurant used to have 17 workers, but now they have reduced only to 8. So imagine that. And of course, essentially, you need all these workers also in the restaurant back end, in the kitchens, so the front. If you can save, why not? I mean, at the end, they now prices are increasing. Getting a worker with the minimum pay is very expensive, and then foreign workers you have to pay extra to get them in. We have to think innovatively And of course, I hope everyone cooperate as well. So let's say you have a brown paper to put on your food, don't dirty the plates, and don't make sure the table is clean. It's my habit. I don't know about others. So when I finish eating, let's say a simple meal, of course I'm going to use my tissue to clean my mouth and all these things. After that, the tissue I actually cleans things that like sauces that I have actually spilled out, to clean up yourself. So I hope everyone don't dirty the plates or the table, or even the floor, so that they have to clean up. And also it says here, the Malaysian Muslim Restaurant Owners Associations, President Datuk Jawahar Ali, he said the industry was facing a shortage of at least 30,000 workers. And 30,000 workers, and this is just from the Malaysian Muslim restaurant itself. So during the pandemic, many restaurants reduced their workers, and some foreign workers has also left for good. And as I say, the cost of getting robots is starting from 50 to 60,000 ringgit. It's a bit costly though. So they are trying their level best to give jobs to local workers, but they are not even keen. Yes, this morning it reported in the paper, the locals are not keen for such jobs. So for restaurants to operate 24 hours, the president said at least 20 to 25 workers were needed per restaurant. And also another associations, Malaysia Singapore Coffee Shop Proprietors Associations President Mr. Wong, he says the QR code menu scanning does not help soon. As I say, kopitiam, it does not help. With many senior citizens cannot adapt to it and still need workers to explain to them. So places where internet coverage is poor, it's actually take even longer to place orders, much to the frustrations of the customers. This only applies certain in shopping mall complexes, and where you have more younger people. In Taman, where the morning session, especially that's where the seniors go there, QR codes does not work well with them. So eateries cannot completely do away with human touch, as manpower is still needed to put the food onto the robot and for cleaning. I agree on that. Okay, this is another association, restaurant and bistro own associations. Well, we have so many restaurants in Malaysia. The vice president, Mr. Jeremy Lim, says that as well with all industry, the F&B sector will also embrace technology to improve efficiency. All right. So the main trigger was already the COVID-19 pandemic, and consumers are a bit more conscious about touching objects. So many of us reverted to QR menus. The robots are also driven by perceived hygienic factor. Yes, definitely. But then, of course, you have to also sterilize the robots as well, because otherwise it still carries the virus, the germs around. But something I don't know, there's no associations from the nightclub association, but I just want to know, since human resources are so hard, your GROs, probably, I don't know whether there's any robot GROs that employ in a nightclub. I'm quite curious to find out. So do you provide robot GROs? All right, this is just a joke for the day. And what else? Okay, so that's about it. And just to tell you something interesting, yesterday morning, yesterday Tuesday morning, I have this honor to meet up Datuk Seri Tinangka. Datuk Seri Tinangka is the Deputy Sport Minister of Malaysia. Can I have let me look. Yeah, we have a meeting yesterday, and that's it. That's him with the spectacle. Of course, in a red t-shirt is me, and we have another two gentlemen. Of course, the CISM is Mr. Celias, our working partners for our committee's events. We also met up with Mr. So Wai Ching, yes. So Wai Ching, apparently, he's world number one tower runner. He has a record breaking. He's world number one. He's standing next to me. And also, Injured Nas in blue. He actually the founder of Malaysia Runner group, Facebook group, which have, I believe, he has the highest for members or followers in this group. 172,000. So why are we gathered this yesterday morning? We're going to do something fantastic. Watch out, we're going to tell you a bit by bit. It's coming soon, and it's something happening next month. Something that we have been, since pandemic, we have been hoping for. Actually, it realized, materialized this within a single week. All right, to get things materialized, and it will be launched end of the month for the month of August. The event, we'll tell you more soon. So stay tuned with us. All right, so we have another one before I sign off. Is the ACTnow and the community. What do we have here? We're touching about heat, temperature raising, and we have a lot such reports that we receive. Let us extract. Okay, this is a report that we received. Right. So this happened to someone's neighbor that do open air fire burning. All right. What do you do? Your next, you see the smokes. Your neighbor do that. This contribute to the environments. The air quality. That's what we discussed just now. Not just from the vehicles, from humans as well. Who directly burns, and it burns right in front of your doorsteps. Literally, this happens in under the area of Majlis Pembandaran Kajang. So it's a suburbs area in somewhere in Kajang, MPKJ. And thanks God, the MPKJ officer actually went to this location, to that house, and gave a verbal warning to them. He said, "No, stop this burning." Because not to touch it, someone complained, but you can't do that. Open burning is an offense, and I'm not mistaken, they have revised to $500,000 ringgit fine if you found guilty. You can be fined to $500,000 ringgit. So stop all this. Protect our mother nature, our air qualities, or whatever. Protect our earth, right? For ourselves. Don't talk about future generation. We have to start now ourselves. The air the quality is bad. Air, so-called the environment, climate change, right? That's why we have this phenomenon of sudden change of weather, rains, like Baling. Of course, they say it's a water that reserve until it bursts, but it somehow it has been affected. Sydney has a bad flood, just like what we faced in December. So please protect our earth. All right. Well, almost half an hour, just going solo. Okay, now we'll be seeing you next week, Monday. I'll bring you, and I hope Mio will be back. And please take care, and see you then. Goodbye.